Welcome back to Christina's Garage Gearhead in Training. Today, you're going to learn about me. I was born and raised in the Bay Area of California. I spent most of my time North Bay, South Bay, San Francisco, East Bay, and until recently I moved closer to Sacramento. But I've spent my entire life in Northern California. Yes, I would go to Southern California, but it was only for Disneyland. Up until now. There's more things in the future. You're going to have to stay tuned for all that fun stuff. But I didn't really get to travel too much. When I was younger, my parents were divorced and I spent weekends and then school holidays, summers and winter break and whatnot with my dad. He would take us traveling, but we still didn't go super far. Oregon, Utah, still fairly close on this side of the US. We would go camping, boating, and one of his favorite things was checking out car shows. We didn't do it as much when I was younger, but closer to when my dad passed, he would go to Hot August Nights every year in Reno. And that was really fun to be able to look at the cars together, learn about stuff. And my dad, he was working on getting a classic car for each one of us siblings. I'm actually the oldest of 7, but since my parents were divorced, my dad only had a total of 5. I only have one fully biological sibling. And my dad had 5 of us total. So when he remarried to my stepmother, he had 3 boys. And so I'm the oldest of 5 on my dad's side. On my mom's side, she had 2 more after my sister and I. So I'm the oldest of 4 on her side. Total, I'm the oldest of 7. Yes, that's very confusing. But yeah, my dad was working towards getting a classic car for each one of us. So I'm the oldest, then my sister, she's currently in Paris, France, and she didn't get her classic car yet, but they knew what she wanted. She wanted a Mustang, and she told me she wanted a Shelby. And I don't know if she realizes how expensive Shelbys are. But anyway, I'm learning all this stuff now. So the oldest of the 3 boys, he has an El Camino. Then Michael, and then Matthew is the middle brother. He has a Mustang, and then James is the youngest of the boys, and he had a Bel Air, but he has since sold it. My dad also had, I think he had some parts of a Nomad, maybe the body of it. He had a 72 Camaro that he was trying to pull parts. I think one of the engines might have actually originated from the 72. But he was doing work on the 72. He was going to sell that. And then he got a T-Bird for my stepmother, but also a Corvette. I forgot which year. I'm still learning about all this stuff. Most of my information that I know is specifically to the 69, more 67, 68, 69 Camaro, because it's so much information. I feel like my brain kind of implodes. You guys might not be able to tell, but I redo a lot of these videos because most of this information is new for me. Why did I want to start this YouTube in the first place? There are several different reasons. One of them includes accountability. After my dad passed, I deep dived into everything. I was cleaning out my garage, getting stuff done on the car, going to car shows, meeting people, and learning stuff. The thing is that it was so overwhelming. I feel like I took a huge chunk, a big bite out of it, and I got so overwhelmed that I ended up avoiding it, and I haven't done work on the car in probably about a year now. Being able to do this YouTube, it's keeping me accountable to do something every week, whether that is learning about the car, meeting new people, building relationships, actually doing work on the car. I'm making progress, some shape or form of progress every week. The biggest thing for me is keeping my dad's memory alive. I'm learning myself. If you guys watched my first intro video, my dad really wanted to teach kids about cars, and I don't know enough to be in a position that he wanted to do. He wanted to open a shop and actually help kids learn. I'm not in that position, at least yet. So what I can do is share my journey of learning, and hopefully this channel will reach other people who might be in a similar situation, or they want to learn about cars. I feel like this could potentially help other people as well. And I want to keep my dad's memory alive in that sense, not just with me finishing the car on my own. I want other people to know about it. I want other people to be on this journey with me and be able to learn and hopefully build confidence of their own to maybe work on a classic car, if not their regular daily driver as well. Doing this, working on this car, traveling around, I am going to be traveling a lot more than I ever have in my life. It's my way of grieving. I know a lot of people don't talk about grief, and you might not expect that coming onto a channel about cars, but me working on my car and my dad's memory is my way of grieving my dad. It's not one of those things where you grieve for a short period of time and then you're completely over it. When you have somebody that's really important in your life and they're no longer there, you're going to feel that pain, and sometimes it will come in waves where you'll feel really great and then other times you'll feel like garbage. Me working on this car, sharing this journey with all of you guys, but this is my grieving process. One of my driving forces is to be able to help other people. I struggle a lot emotionally with anxiety, depression, and I've struggled with suicidal ideations for a very long time. And I've always had an urge to want to help other people. I'm a very empathetic person, so I feel a lot. So I want to be able to help other people. This channel gives me the opportunity to do that. I was a first responder for my entire professional career until I was injured and medically retired. And trying to find my new purpose, I have been working on myself, figuring out the best way to be the best possible version of myself. And a lot of that is learning how to build confidence. I didn't love myself for a very long time, and I'm still working on that. But doing something like this where I don't know anything, I don't have the confidence, but you don't just get confidence out of nowhere, you have to earn it. This is my way of gaining confidence in Camaros, in classic cars, and working on regular cars. This is something that I wanted to get into for a very long time, but I was so afraid, distracted, that I put it off. There's so many reasons. Whatever those reasons were, I kept putting it off. And I wanted to do this so that I can help myself learn how to gain confidence and get better at doing these things. But I'm sharing this with all of you guys so that I can connect with others and potentially help someone else. It's important to stay really humble, especially with something like this. There's so many ways to do things. There's so many different professionals' opinions. All of that stuff, I'm doing my best to stay open to critiques, and it's really hard to put yourself on social media and open yourself up to people talking smack, because there's always going to be people that are going to come on your channel, on your Instagram, on your Facebook, whatever. There's always going to be those people that are going to attack you for some reason or another, and I've dealt with that on my Instagram. That's my primary, is Instagram, and I've dealt with that. And it's something that I've been afraid of facing, especially with something like this. There's so many people that know way more than me. That's why I'm making sure to stay humble and ask for help. I'm going to professionals. I really appreciate when you guys actually comment and respond back and are super helpful. And I am a better in-person learner. That's one reason why I'm going to be traveling to other places to learn in person from people. But I still really appreciate when you guys interact and comment and talk with me, because that's a way how I learn things. How else would I have known that it was faux louvers rather than fox louvers? You know, like it's really important to stay humble and being open to, what is the word I'm looking for? Constructive criticism. It's super important to do that. And, you know, there's nothing special about me. I'm not doing this channel because I'm someone that's, you know, super good at being confident. I'm not somebody who just knows a bunch about cars and that I should just come on here and talk about everything I know. No, there's nothing special about me. And that's another reason why I'm doing this, is to not only prove to myself that I can do it and gain that confidence through pushing directly through the thing that scares the living crap out of me, but I want to also share that with you guys, that as I'm going through this journey, you guys are going to see me grow. I know that. And I hope that this can encourage and positively impact other people's lives as well. One of the biggest things that I've learned over the last couple years is that in order to make a difference, in order to help other people, you need to lead by example. And you can't just tell somebody you need to do this, this is how you do this, if you're not actually embodying that change to begin with. There's a lot going on in the world right now. And when it comes down to it, each one of us is important. Each one of us matters. Everything that we do, every interaction that we have does matter. So being able to learn how to work on ourselves, do the things that scare the crap out of us, do the things that we want to try that we don't know how to do, taking that leap and going straight through that anxiety, going straight through that fear. That's how we gain confidence. And in order to positively impact other people, we need to lead a life of example. We need to live the life that we want to embody the change that we want to see in the world. We want to embody what it is we want to teach other people. And that's one of the biggest things that I'm trying to do with myself. I am learning how to love myself. I'm learning how to be confident. I'm learning how to take leaps. I'm learning how that I am capable of so much more than I had ever thought in my entire life. And I want to share this journey. I can help other people like myself. I am 34 years old and I'm just now figuring out who I am. I've spent my entire life not knowing who I was. And I know that there are a lot of other people, especially now there's just so much going on that people don't know who they are. If this spoke to you in any way, I would really appreciate if you guys wanted to subscribe to my channel, follow along with my journey, comment on, I respond to all the comments. And I also have Instagram, that's my main one. I do have the links on my page, but it's at Moose and Kaya, MOOSEANDKIYA. Those are my dog's names. It was originally a dog account. But anyway, if you want to follow me there, I'm also on Facebook, Threads. I don't use Threads too much, but I also just started TikTok. My primary is going to be this on YouTube, but also my Instagram. If you guys ever have any questions or anything, or want to help me, if you want to meet to be able to do an episode and be able to teach me in person, please reach out. I thrive on connection and I love learning. So I'm trying to combine all these things on my YouTube channel. And yeah, that's a little bit about me. And I really hope you enjoyed it. There's a lot of fun things in the future. I am planning to go to St. George, Utah to go to Speed Tech headquarters. I plan to go to Willwood's headquarters in Southern California. And I'm hoping that this is just the beginning. And yeah, thank you guys for joining. I'll see you guys next week.